3.2 deals with the next property for exponents or powers, and that's power to a power. So here's what that means. Let's say that I had x squared to the 7th power. Okay? So the x squared, so I have a power raised to another power. So here's what I would do. I would take the two exponents and I'd multiply them together. Okay? So this would wind up being x to the 14th. All right? So when we have a problem like number 1, we have 3 separate terms being raised to the 3rd power. So let's do this. So we'll do 6 to the 3rd power times x to the 5th to the 3rd power times y to the 4th to the 3rd power. So in other words, I just split it up into 3 separate problems, I guess, if you want to call it that. 6 to the 3rd power, if you put it in your calculator, is 216. All right. Now, this is x to the 5th to the 3rd. So I'm going to do 5 times 3. So that's x to the 15th. And then 4 y to the 4th to the 3rd. I'm going to multiply those, so I get y to the 12th. And that's it. I'm done. Okay? It's pretty simple. Okay? Same thing here. Okay? So now, here's the only difference. Okay, now I have negative 4 to the 3rd power times x to the 5th to the 3rd power times y to the 3rd to the 3rd power. Now, negative 4 to the 3rd is negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4. Okay? So negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Positive 16 times negative 4 is negative 64. Okay? So it is negative. All right? Now I have my x to the 5th raised to the 3rd. So 5 times 3, 15. My y's, y to the 3rd raised to the 3rd, 3 times 3, 9. That's it. Okay? Just be careful with the negatives. Last one. So I've got negative 4 raised to the 4th power. We'll talk about that in a second. Times x squared to the 4th power times y to the 3rd to the 4th power. Okay? So this is negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4. So negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. Okay? Times negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. Well, 16 times 16 is 256. Okay? Now, again, you can put that in the calculator. If you decide to put it in the calculator, you got to make sure you have the parentheses. Okay? All right, I talked about that, I think, last chapter, the importance of parentheses. X squared to the 4th. So 2 times 4, 8. Y to the 3rd to the 4th. 3 times 4, 12. There's your answer. Okay? And that's all we have to do with power to a power.